Hi, Patrick here, Half Cheetah Will View, and it's a cloudy day, hazy day here in southeastern Michigan. It could rain later on. It's hot, muggy, humid. I believe our neighbor is trying to rush to cut his lawn before we get another night of rain. I don't know if it's going to rain or not. It hasn't rained all day, but it hasn't sunny. It hasn't been sunny all day either. So I'm here to do an unboxing. I did this live, didn't work out, so I decided to come back and redo it because I do owe it to our good friend Wes, aka the Mighty Icelord. The Mighty Icelord sent us a wonderful box of goodies. Me and the Cheetah. Um, it's so much fun. Of course, this is also going to open me up to our good friend Mr. Bones. I fully expect to be getting a couple of boutique balas coming my way. uh, this is why me and Bones, we say that to each other because we don't get too many chances to get boutique stuff. And he and I are much like, we're very much alike. We like going for the gritty films, the long lost gems, the movies that nobody else really thinks about collecting or going after. And so when we get a chance to get stuff like this, we both celebrate it. You know, I celebrate it on his side, he celebrates it for me. Uh, so this is a wow. This thing is cracking. I wish I could have did the live one, but I'm sort of glad I'm doing this directly to this solely all about this haul, this unboxing. I already unboxed it before, but I'm going to show you the movies that we got sent. I got to tell you, Wes went way and beyond what I thought I was going to. He said, "I'm sending you something, dude," and I didn't know what to expect, honestly. I mean, anytime anybody sends something, right? You don't know what to expect. But this was extremely generous, extremely kind. Just blown away by the generosity of the Icelord. But thank you. I want to say that again. I'll say it again at the end of the video as well. Uh, Wes, man, this is one for the books, buddy. All right, so let's see what the Icelord sent us. And thank God. Can I say something right off the bat? Thank God it's everything I can show you, and not some of that weird shit that the Icelord likes to watch. No poop milk or something like that. The Japanese poop milk. None of that here. Thank you for that, Wes. So the first film I'm going to show off is a movie called Demon Wind. I only know one of these movies. I've heard titles of a couple of them, but I've only, as far as the movies themselves, the releases, I've only heard of one. And the first one we got is Demon Wind from Vinegar Syndrome. Vinegar Syndrome is has going to be taking over, I guess, distributing IFC and IFC Midnight Films by December. We'll start seeing their releases out by December. I don't know what that bodes for IFC. I know they were with Screen Factory and they got placed in brick and mortar stores. I've never seen a Vinegar Syndrome placed in a brick and mortar store. So if this means that we're only going to IFC through Vinegar Syndrome's website, I don't know. I'm not optimistic. But Vinegar Syndrome does put out some great movies. They put out some really fine special features on here. I mean, they are truly a boutique label. Next up, we have Burke and Hare from Kino Lorber. Now, Kino Lorber, on the other hand, and this is what I mean about that, about the ISC. What's Vinegar Syndrome going to do with ISC? I don't know. Hopefully, not the same thing that Kino Lorber did with Art Exploitation, which was nothing. They didn't know how to market it. They had a great little library and they sat on it and they don't know what to do with it. But that's good news for us cinephiles because Cinephobia releasing is up and running, and they are showcasing some spectacular films. Um, I've already reviewed one called Amor Bandito, uh, and then I reviewed Brightwood, and that's going to get its physical release in August, August 22nd. And then I watched one where I had to stay quiet on for a while still, and that is The Glass Table. Um, all three movies are absolutely stunning in their own way. Brightwood has been my favorite film of the year so far, by far. It's a great film, uh, really terrific. So hopefully Kino Lorber will go back to the art exploitation library and figure out what to do with it, like releasing it, like Burke and Hare. This is actually based on a true story. Okay, next up is a movie which I was advised not to say the word on YouTube, and I can understand why. So we're not going to say it, knowing YouTube. Um, but it is a film called Inferno. Yeah, you can read. This is a badass slipcover, I gotta tell you. Despite the cover, this movie is also from Vinegar Central. The slipcover is one of the most interesting I've seen. The back of it is crazy cool. It looks straight out from the superhero book. If you take away the word here, or you just focus on the cover here, it looks sort of like a detective story almost. Like there's a dead body there, and it's either the killer. It looks like the killer might be there. Yeah, yeah. I guess it's sort of like it sort of has a maniac feel for it. The cover does, and the end does, and the back does too. The fantasy aspect of Maniac. So, never seen it, never heard of it. Let's see. Next up is another Kino Lorber movie. It's called Virgin Witch. I have never heard of this one either, but I do believe it's probably from the '70s. This is this is Kino Classics, so I'm sure this is probably either in the '60s or the '70s. I think that's what they have their classics within the decades, '60s, '70s, maybe '80, but I'm sure this is probably from the '60s or the '70s. Okay, next up we have a crazy title, and this is actually from Shout Factory. Shout Factory MGM is called Demented. Demented. Um, so this is from Shout Factory. This movie stars Bruce Gilchrist and Sally Elise, and this one came out in 1980. This is 1980, so early slasher horror. Revenge is sweet and deadly is the tagline. Okay, next up, uh, I was trying to figure out the name of the movie that this reminded me of. You know, the Don't Answer the Phone. And I'm thinking, wow, that reminds me of the movie. What movie was I thinking about this? And then they answered it for me. He Knows You're Alone. This is the movie I was thinking. I thought this movie was this movie. Instead, it used that movie as a tagline for this movie. I don't know what I just said. It makes sense. So this is a Vinegar Syndrome film as well, and this is another classic movie. It stars Nicholas Worth as the bad guy, and I found out that Nicholas Worth, and I didn't know the name, but I found out that he played in Heartbreak Ridge. He played the prisoner that Clint Eastwood beats up in the first part of the movie when he gets thrown into the brig, into the jail, the drunk tank. And Nicholas Worth is a big dude, and he starts trouble with the highway, gunnery sergeant highway, and he puts him to sleep. But he plays the killer in this one, so pretty fearsome. And the last, but certainly not least, and this is probably the one I was most expected from the mighty Icelord. He sent me a Criterion. He sent me the Blu-ray copy of Stanley Kubrick, I thought there might be a little bit of humor into that because, as most people know in our little community here on the tube, I am not a fan of Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. Didn't say I didn't like him as a director. I just didn't like his movie. I did not like Stanley Kubrick's movie. Um, but I definitely like this movie. This could be this and 2001: A Space Odyssey could be his two masterpieces. And this is Doctor Strangelove and or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb, which is an anti-war satire, starring Peter Sellers, Slim Pickens, and a host of others. George C. Scott was in this as well. Sterling Hayden, Keenan Winnan, and Tracy Reeds. So this is awesome. This is spine number 821. 821. So yeah, that's what the Icelord sent us for as a package. I do know he did say this. He says that he is looking for other people to send packages to. Uh, Sounds like we might have someone doing a little bit of horror with Mark activity going on. That's cool. That's cool. I don't know who he'll pick out. I just know that whoever does, um, me and the Cheetah, we picked up something really neat that was really cool. And what I really like about this is that all these I could watch in for Dollar Tree Theater. That's cool. I like that because I find myself putting more thought into that Dollar Tree Theater. I do. I put some more thought into those reviews. Um, I like the Central ones. Have Cheetah will view film reviews. I got my new one up now. Even teeth have even lambs have teeth, which I hope you guys will go out and check that out. And the last thing I'll say before I go, I probably should say that. I'll save that. I have something else I was going to mention, but I'm going to save that for a little bit later. All right. Well, thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel, consider giving us a sub. We don't do these kind of movies a lot, so if you're coming here for boutique stuff, for the boutique ballas, not here. Maybe Bones. Maybe Mr. Bones. But Bones, I love you, brother. Um, but who knows? Who knows? We never know what's coming down the road. All right, I'm out of here. I gotta get ready for my interview with director Israel Luna. Gonna be awesome tonight. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Doing something crazy different. Um, Israel Luna. The only thing I can think of is John Waters had done horror films. John Waters. John Waters had done horror films, this is what we'll be getting. And hopefully you guys will tune in tonight and or come back and watch the replay. And thanks for watching this one. Talk to you soon. Peace.